When you lift your Jeep and stick bigger tires underneath your fenders, you're going to lose some acceleration, performance, and fuel economy. Re-gearing will regain those numbers lost, making a more comfortable and a more tolerable ride in your JK. This ring and pinion combo that I have here by Yukon Gear will be a 5:13 gear ratio for the 07 to 18 non-Rubicon owner looking for both the front and the back ring and pinion gears. Because the Rubicon and the non-Rubicon have different size differentials, the kits do differ, so make sure you get the right one for your JK. The non-Rubicons will have a Dana 30 in the front and a Dana 44 in the back, and this kit has gear size for those differentials. I would like to mention that in your front differential, your stock gear size will matter. If you have a 321 stock gear, you will need to upgrade your carrier in order to fit the larger ring gear. If you have a 373 gear ratio or numerically higher currently, your carrier from the factory will be able to hold the larger ring gear. Also, choosing the right gear ratio will depend on your year, transmission, and tire size. You can find tools and charts on our site in our Learning Center. The charts will be underneath our drivetrain section for when and why you should re-gear your Wrangler. I would also like to mention that this will be a 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and unless you are a professional, I would take your Jeep to a trusted shop for installation. Yukon is a very well-known brand for its gears and axles, and it's proven in the construction of their gears. They're manufactured with designs to handle high torque and very stressful situations, as they should, being one of the main components of your driveline. A lot of times you can get new gears and they can whine after some wear, but Yukon has designed these to be the quietest gears yet, as well as being super smooth. This 513 gear kit will come with the ring and pinion for both the front Dana 30 and the rear Dana 44. I would like to mention that this just comes with those ring and pinion gears and does not come with any of the hardware needed to install them. We do offer minor install kits with shim kits and basic bearings, as well as master overhaul kits with all of the bearings, gaskets, and seals. I always usually recommend a master overhaul kit because when you're already inside your differential, it's always a good time to maintenance and replace those bearings and parts. However, if you have low miles on your JK or it's brand new, a minor install kit will do just the trick. Like I mentioned before, you will need a carrier to accommodate a ring gear that is 373 or numerically higher. And if you have 321s, you'll need a new open differential carrier, or you can just take this opportunity like I did with my JK and upgrade your front carrier to a locker. You will only need to do this for the front Dana 30 because the rear carrier in the larger Dana 44 will be able to accommodate that larger ring gear. I did mention before that the gear ratio will depend on the trans, the engine, and what tires you have, as well as performance that you're looking to achieve. The charts will show you which range you want to be in, whether it be the minimum gear ratio allowed for your setup with okay performance and mild trail use, a good daily driving gear with full-time overdrive and moderate trail use, or for a gear set that is still a fairly daily driver, but it will have a higher performance for torque and rock crawling at higher elevations. As long as you know your tire size you have or what tire size you're looking to run, the conversion will be fairly easy to figure out what gears are right for you and your JK. The price on these is pretty fair since this is usually a higher price modification at right around $485. In the 513 category, this will be your most expensive option for a kit that just comes with the ring and pinion gears. Other brands like Alloy USA and G2 will be about $80 cheaper. However, like I mentioned, Yukon is very well known for their quality. Now, with all of these kits, you will have to keep in mind that you will need an install kit for the front as well as the back differential, so that will jump the price up depending on what you need between a master overhaul kit or a minor install kit. We have those options underneath our install kit sections on the ring and pinion page, but do keep in mind that those kits will differ depending on if you have a Rubicon or a non-Rubicon as well as your year. If you didn't want to go through the hassle of all of those kits and just wanted a one-stop shop, we do also have options on the page for 513 gears with included master overhaul kits. Overall, if you don't mind paying a couple extra bucks for a brand that you can trust with quality components, Yukon has you covered. Install will be a 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and I highly recommend going to a professional to have your gears properly installed. Installing your gears is very in-depth, and having the right gear tolerances is crucial to have them last a long time. Installing them improperly can lead to faster wear, so I would definitely take it to a local Jeep shop that you trust. To give you a little bit of insight on what goes into installing these gears, you'll need to drain the diff, remove the diff cover and the axles so you can get inside the differential to the carrier. Once you remove the carrier, you can get down to the nitty-gritty. There's honestly a lot of numbers involved with gear tolerances, including measuring your backlash, your pinion depth, and carrier and pinion bearing preload. Backlash is the clearance between the gear teeth that let the gears mesh without binding and provide space to lubricate the gears, with oil preventing any tooth damage and overheating from friction. Measuring pinion depth is also very important, and it's how far the pinion gear extends inside the differential housing to help create a good backlash. And lastly, preload on your bearings is also very essential, which will maintain the correct amount of stress for the meshing of the gears to create accurate displacements of gear movement and increase your bearings rigidity overall, especially with being the main force of your driveline. After everything is shimmed and put back into your differential housing, it's just a matter of putting those components that we took off earlier back on and filling up with the right amount of gear oil. So if you're looking to upgrade the performance in your JK, this 513 gear set by Yukon will be a great option to check out. This is Meredith with XT, and you can find these gears and everything else Wrangler right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.